Welcome back to another episode of the Crown and College Podcast brought to you by the CSPN. You can go to our website, cspn.us, and click that Crown and College tab, and you can listen to all the Crown and College episodes. You can follow the official Crown and College Twitter page at Crown and College. That's capital CROWN, capital N, capital COLLARDS on Twitter and use the hashtag Crown and Collars while you're live listening to the show, when you're discussing the show. And if you love the show, you can catch it on our website and on iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, TuneIn Radio. To your podcast, share it, like it, leave a review. If you're on iTunes, give us 5 stars, and we will read them on the air. And if you love all of our shows and our wonderful content on the CSPN, you can click that Keep Our Podcast Free tab and shop with all of our sponsors. And every purchase that you make, a portion will not go to the company. All of it won't to the company. A small portion will go back to Classic and Mail so they can pay for bandwidth and light. So you won't have to pay to listen to me and Sarone sound like a remix. You won't have to pay to listen to me and Sarone sound like the love child of Blue from the Temptations and the actor Leon. I am your host, one of your hosts. I am Jeremy, aka Black Dante, aka Confucius, aka Issa Durag, aka Duragista, aka my freedom papers are in the mail, aka old dancing ass nigga. And as always, I am joined the triumphant return of my brother and my co-host and my homie.
What's up, y'all? It's Dan Chrism. Let's get into it.
Ha! You've been gone for like 2 weeks and you ain't even got no AKAs.
Hey, man, don't knock my flow.
Keep getting checks, boy. And yeah, if you subscribe to the CS.
Hello, yeah, the show on because it's me. It's the boy Kirk Cousins, and I got paid. What's happening? Kirk is paid, y'all. Y'all seen it. Redskins trying to get over on your boy Kirk. Didn't happen. And now they owe me $24 million, y'all. Really, week? $24 million. First quarterback ever to play under a second franchise tag. I'm done with Washington after the season, by the way, if that wasn't already obvious. But I had to get these M's, y'all.
Welcome.
I had to get my M's. What's happening?
It's been a minute. We weren't expecting you.
Yeah, man, I was afraid I was going to be shipped out to San Francisco, who have nothing right now. But, hey, like they always say, what a difference a year makes. Because, hey, by this time next year, I might be a 49er. Joining the long great tradition of Joe Montana and Steve Young. And, well, not really much else after them. But, I could maybe get in that little spot between Montana and Young. I could maybe get in that spot above Montana, baby. It's your boy, Kurt. Holla.
All right, he who is Kirk Cousins. Well, keep getting checks, boy. Keep getting
always, checks. Boy. Hey, man, I'm tossing up this year, boy. Whew. That's going to be something. Feeling like LeVar Ball right now, man. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Thank you, he who is Kirk Cousins. We'll have
you. Bro, you might see me later. You might hear from me later. You know how it go. You know how your boy Kirk do.
We
definitely back of the Washington racial slurs, doing my thing, making these monies, getting this check, cashing in this green, making Dan Snyder look like a motherfucking fool in the process. That's what I do, man. I'm Kurt. Holla.
Thank you, he who is Kirk Cousins. We'll have you back at a later time. Could you bring back Dan, please?
Yeah. All right. Yeah, let's get the show going.
Well, as I was saying before, Kirk Cousins came in the building. If you subscribe to the CSPN on iTunes or wherever, however you listen to your podcast, you will notice that the CSPN has a new show called Ratchet Ramblings, and that is me and you and our friend Candace. She's been on the show, this show multiple times, and will still be on the show from time to time. But everyone loved the Ratchet recap episodes that we had, where we talked about Ratchet TV, and Classic and Mel gave us the green light to start a spinoff show. So there will be no more Ratchet recaps on this show, but if you enjoy Ratchet TV, check out me and Candace on Ratchet Ramblings every Monday. And also follow our Twitter page, Ratchet Rambling, because when Candace was making the Twitter page, Twitter had that character limit and was like, nah, bro. So check us out there, and thank you everyone for supporting that show and supporting Crown and Collars. So I told y'all we doing big things here this year. I'm telling y'all, I'm trying to get this white folks money. Trying to get this gentrification money. So yeah. And Dan is back, and also Dan has been supportive and patient, and he ain't been here in 2 weeks, so we gonna Dan gonna get these takes off, and we gonna do the damn thing. So
you want to fuck me? Hello.
So in the words of DMX, let's get it on. So
get it on the floor. Get it on. Huh?
We don't give DMX enough the flowers that he deserves while he can still smell them. When are we gonna do that?
I don't know how true that is. DMX came back and did that MMA promotion, and niggas was all over that. And
that's true. But then that's probably also the first time niggas watching MMA because of DMX. So you got a point.
And then he dropped the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer rendition.
Iconic.
So he had that. He had the what the fuck is Google? That's some shit you say to a baby. He had that notable quotable that he dropped on us.
Yeah, he's giving us some gems.
Man. DMX is always gonna be that uncle, and I don't really have to describe it no further than that. But he's always gonna be that uncle.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's his lot in life forever. He can be the uncle that got way too many dogs in his house, can't keep up with all of them, and always drinking whiskey, and always got the TV on ESPN.
Yeah, pretty much. So
and that's pretty much, and that's all we need out of DMX. We don't need nothing else. He getting the flowers he deserves. He gonna be all right.
Speaking of an uncle, speaking of someone who some folks' favorite loudmouth uncle with a son who playing in the NBA with a shoe deal for $300 Grill Master slides. So a lot has happened since me and Dan have been separated. So Kyrie Irving is trying to get the fuck out of Cleveland.
I'm gonna say this about Kyrie. I get it on a very sort of molecular level. Like, he's gotten the title, gone to the playoffs all these times. He's a damn good basketball player. I'm gonna go ahead on even and say, and he knew what it was like to be the man. They wasn't that good, but he knew what it was like to be the man, and he want that feeling back. And to that, I say, rumble, young man, rumble. Go get the feeling back that you want out of this life. But the way it's worded that he's tired of playing with LeBron James, nigga, what?
Dog,
when you playing with LeBron James, you playing with LeBron James. Why give that up unless you have to?
Dog, like the way. Okay, so since it's broken and we couldn't record as soon as it broke. More information is coming out. So the way. And I've been wrestling with how to talk about it because I don't want to say Kyrie Irving is stupid, but
this show ain't smart.
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and say it for you. This ain't smart. Now, again, go ahead.
It ain't because. Okay, if you're looking at a few things. Because you can look at this from a lot of different angles. You can look at it from the angle of the Cavs are a hot ass mess, which they are.
Yeah.
and he wants out of a hot ass mess situation. Coming at it from that angle, honestly, I can see it because true enough, they are like what 3 straight years of the finals, one of which they came from a 3-1 deficit on a 73-19 and won an NBA championship. Sorry, Nick Jew, we still gonna get these 3-1 jokes off. Listen to What's the Tea with Nick and Rich.
I love Nick. I appreciate Nick. However, that's your friend and you made the joke. First and foremost. I love Nick too, but I met Nick through you ultimately because Nick still owe me a prize, but I ain't tripping.
It's fine. It's fine.
So yeah, you gotta deal with Nick throwing the stones at you, fam. I ain't gotta worry about nothing until I make that joke.
It's fine. It's fine. But I do get, even though they are.
Hey,
like,
you know what? Nah, fuck that. You know what, Nick? You tell him about the 25-point Super Bowl lead his team blew. You tell him about that back on your show. That's how you do him, Nick. Holla, I got your back, girl. I got your back. Call me.
Of course, you would perpetually 7-9. Hey,
but yeah. Look, I don't. Okay, so my team has sucked a lot worse than 7-9. Ain't no team ever gave up a 25-point Super Bowl lead.
That damn point. Shit.
It's the point now because I have made it the point. Continue.
And it was. Why are my brothers with you?
Who else gonna be brothers with?
Well, you're right, but but anyway, but yeah, like I get it. Like the Cavs, like they'll shoe in the Eastern Conference to make the finals every year, but with all the confusion and hullabaloo, yes, I use the word hullabaloo, sue me, around the Cavs front office and Dan Gilbert going full Dan Gilbert, I can understand from that perspective. Kyrie, like, hey, dog, I don't this. Where smoke is fire, and I don't know if I want to be around for this damn inferno. I get it from that standpoint. From the standpoint of if LeBron James certainty of whether he's gonna leave or stay in a year or whatever, that's valid in my opinion because Kyrie ultimately don't want to be if LeBron leaves, which I don't think he will, but I mean, hey, it's LeBron, you never know. Which if he leaves shouldn't dampen his legacy, but we all know stupidity is gonna prevail and it's gonna be Miami all over again.
I don't know about that. See, because when he left Miami, it was a dumb decision. Well, now I won't say it was dumb. It was dumb the way it was all like planned out. And,
yeah.
Like nobody knew what he was gonna do. I think if he left Cleveland a second time, people would understand. Like people would understand a lot more.
I can see that because I think with Miami, it was how he went about it, which is what rubbed a lot of and he admitted it rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. How he went about it, because it was
not only that, but he gave Cleveland the title he was looking for. So I mean,
true. But yeah, if he leaves, I can understand Kyrie maybe wanting to take the initiative now because because ultimately, if LeBron leaves, it'll be him and Kevin Love and Kyrie will basically be left holding the bag. So
I'm gonna tell you, no. Yeah, he'll be holding the bag. He'll be holding the bag in Cleveland.
Yeah,
that's
right. So
you don't want to be in the mistake on the lake longer than you have to.
Right.
Ooh.
Right.
Ooh.
But
damn, everybody getting it today. Lord.
Yeah. So I understand it from that perspective too. But far as the perspective, and you touched on it, like not wanting to play with LeBron, that's the part that I can't wrap my head around because it's like. Obviously, it's from fans and from us watching. It looks like how the fuck do you not want to play with LeBron? Like he makes the game so much easier for you now. Right. Apparently, from hearing players and stuff, and reading articles about players and stuff, it's like they love LeBron as a teammate, but because he is so meticulous, because he is so prepared, he does micromanage a lot because he wants the best out of himself and his teammates. It can be a lot to deal with, and I understand that. But when he makes the game so much easier for you, I'm sorry, but like maybe this is just me as a fan talking, but I'm like, that seems like maybe that seems like something I would be willing to put up with. You know,
Right? Like, don't you want that? Like, I mean, like I just said, I mean, when you're playing with LeBron James, that's what that means, that you're playing with fucking LeBron. Like, that dude
right?
is
Like,
gonna, like, you're gonna cruise, to a playoff spot. You probably cruise through the first couple rounds at least. Like, you're guaranteed basically a conference finals bid. Like, as soon as you put the jersey on, like,
right? Like,
you ain't finding that many other places. Like, I mean, yeah, Golden State is to that point now, but I mean,
it,
how long will even that last? Like,
it's like
oh,
it's just incredible to like fathom like somebody not wanting to play with like LeBron James. You know what I mean? Like, or wanting to do it his way. And it's like, and also let's take it a step further. The teams that are high on Kyrie's radar is reportedly the Spurs, the Timberwolves, the Heat, and the Knicks.
and the Knicks. All right, so
Uh,
let's break down all four of those teams. Let's start with the Spurs.
yes.
What do the Spurs currently have right now?
They have they have they have a Super Android. They have Super Android 2 and Kawhi Leonard.
Right, who
Um,
was a MVP finalist, and not only that, but they have the Popovich system,
yes.
which
They,
means your desire to be the man it ain't gonna go but so far with Greg Popovich, because that's how Greg Popovich runs the team.
right. Greg Popovich arguably had the greatest power forward of all time, and he had to buy into the system and not be the man, even though he was
Right.
the man. But you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, he was the man, but he wasn't like, I mean, he was the leader on the team unquestionably, like his entire time there, but he was not like some cocky dude who you just hated playing with or just dealt with playing with.
Right. You also couldn't
You know?
expect Tim. You also couldn't expect Tim Duncan to be cocky like that because he wears Wrangler jeans. So
Oh my god.
I mean, but yeah. So
Yeah,
that's
so that's
one.
so that's so that's the Spurs. Let's talk about the Timberwolves. What the Timberwolves did just recently.
The Tim Dog. The Timberwolves got Jimmy buckets, and I'm
Right.
still trying to figure out how the fuck they managed to pull it out.
Dog. And they gave up Zach LaVine, who is hurt and might never be the same athlete that he once was. I mean, he seems pretty good at basketball. Kind of doesn't have a position, but he's good at being a basketball guard in the NBA.
Yeah.
But they gave him up, and they gave up Chris Dunn, who, I mean, was a good college player, but we don't know what he can do in the NBA. He shot like 37% from the field last season. And that's all it cost. It didn't cost them no, like I think they exchanged picks, like 7 for 10 or something like that. So they exchanged picks, but it wasn't like, oh shit, Chicago got to come up off like a first rounder in 2018, 2019, and 2021. It was, one player for two players, and then like we swapped rights on two other guys. And they got
Right.
I forgot who they got out the deal, but the homie Markkinen. But as Bomani calls him, the homie Markkinen. And yeah, that's it, man. Boston could have got Jimmy Butler with that being the going price. So yeah, anyway, say it all to say, is Kyrie gonna be the man in Minnesota? Yeah, don't know. Because they got Andrew Wiggins, who was supposed to be Kyrie's teammate, crazy enough, when Kyrie signed that big deal thinking he was gonna be the man. They got Karl Anthony Towns.
Right. Who is
And
also who ain't human.
right? And they got Jimmy Butler, who 27 years old, going into his prime, and is looking to be the man. And not only is looking to be the man, but is about as good a candidate for the man as you're gonna have on that team, given the way they currently constructed. That's
Right.
Minnesota.
That's Minnesota. So those are pretty much the two good options for Kyrie. Now,
Now
let's
let's talk about Miami next. Let's talk
so
about Miami next. So Miami missed the playoffs by like a half game. Well, they missed the ball in the tiebreak or some shit like that. But they narrowly missed the playoffs. And they just signed Dion Waiters to $13 million a year contract.
keep getting checks, boy.
The Heat have nothing else, so they don't have assets really to give up for Kyrie, be it Dion Waiters, who I don't think is going to go back to play in Cleveland with LeBron James, because as far as I know, when LeBron played that first night in Cleveland, Dion Waiters thought all those people were here to see him.
Yeah, Dion, yeah, Dion Waiters think. I'm pretty sure Dion Waiters thinks he should be MVP every year.
Yes. And I don't fault Dion Waiters for thinking that. You're supposed to think the shit. You're supposed to think like you're supposed to highly yourself. But Dion Waiters takes that shit to like beyond the next level. Like he's like levels.
Like it's one thing to think like, cause you're supposed to be confident. You're supposed to think you that nigga. But Dion Waiters takes it to a level where this motherfucker thinks he is Thor, and like boy. Oops.
Hello?
So that's Miami. And then
Miami ain't got nothing to give.
Yeah, because like who they gonna give up? Like Hassan Whiteside? Like and who else? Like you can't for Kyrie Irving? Hassan Whiteside?
I don't so it would have to be multiple players. And I'm gonna tell you now, I just named everybody I know on Heat.
Exactly. Maybe Justice Winslow, maybe.
Oh shit, he on the Heat?
Yeah. He's still with us.
What do you do on the Heat?
Justice Winslow is still with us and he is still on the Heat.
Does he start for the Heat? Like, did I miss something? You laughing? I'm not. Like,
I know, and that's the hilarious part.
Justice Winslow, like, I know he was a top 10 pick and it was a big deal when he entered the league, but he's still
part of it is because he's on damn Miami.
All right. I mean, yeah.
Right. So
good for you, sir. I don't really know what else to say. Yeah, there we go. That's the line I was looking for.
Yeah, but so that's Miami. Still better than the last option we're about to talk about, but still not very good. And then we have the Knicks.
The Knicks of the York New version.
The New York Knickerbockers.
The New York Pants.
The New York what the fucks.
When you boil it out, man, Knickerbockers is pants that don't go all the way down. So I don't feel bad about calling them New York Pants. Fuck.
If you if you put the Knickerbockers on like a little person, it'll turn into a short set. turn into a fucking tuxedo. Love you.
Knickerbockers by Geronimo's.
Okay. But yeah, so and this is another reason why it's like I don't want to call Kyrie stupid, but this is very not smart because if being the man is that bad to you that you would consider going to the Knicks? What?
Bruh.
What? Huh? And then probably the most attractive thing New York has is Porzingis. And there's no way on God's green earth that
Porzingis ain't going nowhere ever.
Ever. Like not even the Knicks are that stupid to give away Porzingis.
Yeah, they're not giving him away. They're like, if his contract play out, he decides to go somewhere else. That's how he's gonna leave. But yeah, he's not just gonna go. Like the Knicks is just gonna move him.
Right, they're not moving him, especially now that the headache that is Phil Jackson is gone. They're not moving Porzingis.
No. Dog, by the way, did you know the Knicks general manager who they hired away from the Kings after the Kings had a great offseason has not met James Dolan yet? Did you know that?
Count as blessings. Who the fuck was James Dolan?
The Knicks are keeping their GM away from the owner of the team.
Smart.
Doesn't
protect him protect him at all costs. They got a quarantine around that nigga.
Have you met the owner yet? Nah, still haven't met him yet. Like, could you imagine?
Imagine like if they go imagine if they go like well into like the season, like almost a Christmas Day game without meeting James Dolan. That'd be
the funniest fucking thing. It'd be endless jokes.
That would
be. It should be endless jokes as it is.
Yes, because it's the Knicks. But it's like another potential team, and it's like, Kyrie, I'm not saying you stupid, but this damn show ain't smart. Like the Knicks, you want to not play with LeBron and be the man so bad that you would consider going to the Knicks?
The fucking Knicks.
The fucking Knicks.
Who at once have nothing and are trying to get rid of their second best player.
Right. Like you are basically.
That was a Melo joke. Hold on. Let that marinate.
Yeah.
I just admitted.
Yeah, I mean, he is.
You know what? You saw what I did there.
Yeah, I'm not arguing. I mean, maybe some Melo stands like my homeboy that's in the Navy. He probably will argue me down, but like, yeah, I mean,
he wouldn't be right.
Right, but he know he right. That's one thing I appreciate about him. He a Melo stan, and he know he don't be right, but he still gonna argue you down because he love Melo, and I can respect that. I can respect that he know that he wrong.
I guess.
but yeah, like he like.
But I mean, I'd be wrong about shit. I write my little tweet about the Saints after they win football games, so I'd be wrong about shit. So
it's fine.
I'm not saying he wrong for how you feel, but again, like. You get these jokes off. Continue.
Yeah, that's fine. But yeah, like you would go like Kyrie wants to get away from LeBron allegedly so bad that he would go from sirloin steak to potted meat just to get away from LeBron. Like what?
Which makes me wonder: is it that he's trying to get away from LeBron, or is he trying to get out of Cleveland? I think that's a question worth asking. I mean, we'll never know unless Kyrie does an interview, like saying what his intentions are. But if it's not that he's trying to get away from Cleveland, he's trying to get away from LeBron, then yeah, something is wrong with that
nigga. Yeah. Which that's what I'm saying. Like I can respect it more if he's just trying to get away from Cleveland. Because even with LeBron there, Cleveland is still a dumpster fire. Like LeBron out here on Snapchat, on Instagram, living his best life, enjoying his summer. He like new hairline. Who is this? Like he living his best life and ain't even think about basketball. And like he just like, look, I know this shit is dumpster fire. I'll think about it when I come back.
All right. Like it's summer, nigga. I just played 100 games again. I'm taking a break. I need some me time.
Right, like LeBron, like I'm deactivating my account. Like I'm firing up the grill. Fuck this shit. So like
Kyrie Irving unfollowed LeBron on Instagram. I think that's not nothing, by the way. Right. These new niggas. I mean, and I'm including LeBron in that because he part of that generation. He part of this generation.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, the Instagram follow and unfollow means every bit as much as like who you dap off in the team circle and shit. So
yeah. So if they don't, so just think about that. Like if they don't get a deal done, like how is that dynamic between Bron and Kyrie gonna be?
It's gonna be a strange season, boy.
Right.
And I love this, and like I said, I listened to few other sports podcasts and stuff, and I think I can't remember if it was Bomani or if it was Clinton Yates on the Morning Roast, but one of them said NFL's right around the corner, and we didn't really feel the pangs of summer because the NBA has kept it interesting.
Boy, it's been
long. Boy, it's been spicy.
Boy, it's been all the spicy emojis, all the flame emoji. It's been on fuego.
Dog, it's been storyline after storyline after storyline, and of course, we got LeVar Ball to thank for some of that because. When we would have hit the lull, summer league basketball, Lonzo was playing, and again, I don't want people to cheer against Lonzo because of LeVar. I just think that's wrong. And clearly, Lonzo don't seem fazed by much that his dad says one way or the other, which is that's cool. He's the oldest child, and I guess I expect that from him. But he don't get too high or too low about nothing LeVar be saying. But yeah, I don't want people pulling against Lonzo because of LeVar. But we saw Lonzo ball out in the summer league, and we wouldn't have paid attention if he was just Lonzo Ball, a really good dude from UCLA. We wouldn't have paid attention. We paid attention because of who his dad is. Yeah,
I will say, like as much as I don't like his dad, like I don't root against Lonzo. I actually think Lonzo's a pretty dope kid, and I want to see him succeed. I just can't stand his damn daddy. Right. But with that said, there are players in the NBA who call it right or call it wrong, are going to feel a way about Lonzo because of his dad. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's wrong. Personally, like I said, I'm not rooting against Lonzo, but this is also, unfortunately, the price his son pays getting into the NBA and having his dad to be a constant jackass to everybody.
Yeah.
That's
and like I said, I don't know how much of that I really like about the attitude people are gonna have, but I mean, it is what it is. They're gonna figure it out. I mean, what's gonna happen is these guys they're gonna get to FaceTime Alonzo. They're gonna get to talk to him. And, locker room reports are gonna come out and shit, and everybody's gonna realize Lonzo's actually really well adjusted. Lonzo again doesn't get too high too low about the things his dad says. Lonzo is divesting himself from that because he's a grown man now, and all the rookie shit that's going on it's gonna just amount to be rookie shit. Second year in the league, third year in the league, a lot of that's gonna fade because I mean, if it doesn't, that's gonna look bad on the niggas that's trying to bully him. Imagine the old Touche Turtle, Jeff McKinnis face ass nigga, journeyman, trying to bully Lonzo in year 5 of his career because nigga, your daddy be talking. Like, bro, you're on your 9th team in 10 years. Why are you doing this to this man?
Hilarious. But yeah, like Kyrie got the whole NBA buzzing right now, and also real quick, and then we're gonna move on.
Yes.
Speaking of, so LeBron, today, because again, the way it's being presented is that either Kyrie wants to be like you just eloquently put it, Dan. Kyrie either wants to be away from LeBron or wants to be away from Cleveland. LeBron has caught wind of this, and it was a story that broke out that allegedly LeBron wants to beat Kyrie up over this. So LeBron quotes the article, basically calling it fake news. And it was so funny because in typical new nigga fashion, LeBron hashtag everything, and that nigga he hashtagged everything, and and basically LeBron, I can't remember at the top of my head, and we got too much show for me to like go through and search that shit. But LeBron basically called them fake news and basically ended like, "But love y'all though." But love you though, do you? And that shit had me fucking dying. He said, boo-hoo, fake news, said, do you? Love you though. That shit had me fucking
Last question, need one word, we moving on. Who's worse with the Instagram shit? LeBron with his hashtags or Cam Newton with his foreign language he be typing in? One word.
I gotta go.
One word, who's worse?
I gotta go.
Right. Moving on.
Oh, but no.
Headline.
Before we move on, we finna move on. Before we move on, and so because there's a reason I'm saying this, and so after LeBron says this, it's some niggas that just love to be in the spotlight and love to put their foot in their mouth. So after LeBron is quoting article after article, dismissing this beef or dismissing the alleged reports that he feels a way towards Kyrie or that he hates Kyrie or wants to beat Kyrie up, Stephen A. Smith literally tweets that LeBron is subtweeting and talking about him. I'm gonna say
okay.
I'm
gonna say Stephen A. boy. Stephen A.
And proceeded to at LeBron talk and say that LeBron was talking about him and that he got words on his radio show. And at this point, I'm like, okay, you're doing it for publicity. But still, just the audacity to think that LeBron literally quote RT the articles talking about him that Stephen A. did not write, by the way, talking about him and dispelling rumors, and Stephen A. took it upon himself to be like, "Oh, this is egregious! How dare LeBron talk about me like this?" And it's like, if you don't sit your stylistics hairline having ass down some goddamn well, boy, It's like, man, I could feel my blood pressure rising trying to imitate Screaming A. Smith's voice. God damn, how does he do this shit for a living? That shit was tiring.
That's why his hairline pushed so far back.
His hairline trying to run away from his voice.
His hairline running away from the stress. Can't take it no more.
All right, but but Stephen A. Smith is corny and he's a lame and fuck that nigga. And Stephen A. Smith would be the type of nigga that defends this nigga that we're about to talk about. So,
headline.
Phew. So last week and this week has been a lot. Because it's been a lot of internet. Because
just say it, your boy, your hometown boy, your former hometown team's chosen son, number 1 overall pick. Yeah,
okay. So R. Kelly is back in the news.
Okay, so we skipped the Mike Vick story. Word. Okay.
Oh yeah, I was gonna okay because I'm like, wait, what?
Let's stay in the world of sports. Let's stay in the world of sports. Now that I led the shit in, let's talk about your boy Michael Vick and his dumb comments.
Because I was confused. Look, hey, dog, I was confused at first because I'm like, what you talking about? Because I'm like, I knew it was gonna talk about Mike. Nigga. I knew it was gonna talk about Mike, but I took it out of the runner. But I'm like,
did you just do that?
I did it this morning. You must have looked at
it. Yeah, you just did that thing. So I looked at the runner like 2 days ago, but
I did it today.
Okay. Let's talk about the boy Mike Vick real quick. Your hometown hero, chosen son, number 1. Well, number 7, but chosen son, number 1. That team, that franchise.
This is your time to be petty.
That Mr. $100 million contract, part 1.
This your time to be. This your time.
I got free time.
This your time to be petty.
I mean, you see, I started already. Like, why? Yeah.
Oh,
anyway.
Okay. I just want to remind you that your team, just like mine, is teams all lives matter too, nigga. Let us not forget that damn game we had against each other, and both teams came out and held hands in solidarity of all lives. It's a goddamn fucking We Are the World montage. Lest we forget.
No, I ain't forgot.
It's okay. Both our teams all lives matter. It's fine. But yeah, Mike Vick lost his damn mind. Like, dog, it was so weird because I'm like, Mike Vick is and I tweeted this. I was like, Mike Vick is on set with Jason Whitlock, and you don't know which is the bigger coon. Like, and of course, like, once he got roasted and shit, like, he walked his comments back. But it's like the audacity of, like, first of all, even talking about that in that setting, like, nigga, what Mike did and what Colin did and is doing are 2 totally fucking different things. Like, nigga,
right.
You did a crime. You went to jail. Like, Colin has not committed a crime and went to jail unless, like other white people and like the NFL, if you consider being outspoken and pro-black and speaking on the injustices of marginalized people, if you consider that a crime, which obviously it is considered a crime by white people, which is why he's not playing. If you consider that a crime, then yes. But nigga, y'all did 2 totally different things. It ain't the same.
Right.
Like, what the fuck?
And I mean, leave it to Jason Whitlock of all people to miss the mark on like the racial implications and all of it yet again.
On purpose. Like, at this point, like,
well, no, his whole, like, everything he does is on purpose. Like, let's start there. Like, the specific stance he's adopted, and like all of the people in, like, all of the black people in media he's gotten into it with, you know, Scoop Jackson, Bomani Jones, and, you know, a whole bunch of other folks he's gotten into it with, you know, behind these issues, which, as a black person, like, we're supposed to understand on this very molecular level, like, this very, like, yeah, this might not be my story, but certainly I know somebody whose story it is, and so do you, black man. And so for Jason Whitlock to miss the point, like, that's his brand at this point. Like, he's a known entity, kind of like, you know, like Umar Johnson. And I kind of, you know, I got upset a couple weeks ago when we gave him a little bit more emotional cash than I felt he deserved. But ultimately, like, I see the point in talking about the harmful shit these niggas do, because these niggas is, like, again, at the end of the day, doing harmful shit. So there is no, oh man, well, I mean, yeah, they known entities and all, but still, like, when they fuck up like this, then it's worth discussing. It's worth talking about. So yeah, so Whitlock screwing this up is par for the course for him, but at the same time, it's like, bro, you just continuing to demonstrate that you don't understand, like, nothing. Like, why don't you understand things? Like, this is so simple. This is a right-handed layup to a right-handed person. This is easy. This is, this is one-on-one shit, and you fucking up all the time with it. So please do better or shut up.
Right. But for Mike Vick of all niggas to be on some respectability shit towards on Colin, like, nigga, boy, like the fucking the lack of self-awareness there, like, what the entire fuck. And then Colin then Colin capped back, if you will.
Okay. I'm gonna let you cook.
Look, hey, I got that from Quinn. Shout out to Quinn, country counselor. I got that from her. She damn. So Colin the next day, like, tweeted posted on Instagram the definition of Stockholm syndrome. Like, nigga, Colin got assassinated, a motherfucker.
Well, Colin ain't here to play with people, boy. That's shit.
Look, listen, I want Colin to win, but, like, we dead ass got to get him the fuck away from Tariq. Like, dead ass.
Yeah.
Because that, I mean, that is a flag that can't be overlooked because it's fucking Tariq the head ass. But still, like, just we gotta protect. We gotta let Colin know that Tariq the head ass is literally the very thing that he's protesting and fighting against. But yeah, like, that's all we really gonna say about Mike Vick. Is just like, boy, what the fuck? Like, you of all niggas, you. Boy, the lack of self-awareness is like, Mike, boy, if you don't get, if you don't get your goddamn. But yeah, so yeah, but and on top of that, so R. Kelly is back in the news. Yeah, it's one of those things where we don't want to talk about it, but it wouldn't be us.
Not even that. Like, I don't mind talking about it. It's just like, R. Kelly is just such a trash human being. Like,
yeah, like, it's the fact that he's still alive and he's still doing trash things, and it's, I guess, it's expected.
I'll never forgive. Start here. I'll never forgive R. Kelly for that whole, when you say teenager, do you mean
the interview with Tariq?
Or yeah,
bro,
do you mean 14 or do you mean 18? So I believe one of those is legal. Like, man, shut your head ass up.
Dog, and, like, what's sad about that, fast forward to why he's in the news now, is because the reason he's in the news, I'm pretty sure you've heard, people listening have heard about it by now. This nigga is allegedly, fucking, I ain't even gonna say allegedly, because at this point, if you still thinking that R. Kelly isn't a goddamn monster, it's purposeful, and you really just don't give a shit about women, and particularly about black women and black girls. Like, it's no way to be nice about it, and there's no way to, like, mince words about it at this point. So yeah, he is running a cult. I think because it was released last week that I think 2 or 3 of the girls that he had in this cult got out, and they gave a very graphic detail of, like, the minutia that goes into his cult, how he gets the girls, how he grooms the girls, or has the girl that was in the video well, she's a woman now, but the girl that was in the video that he assaulted, how she grooms the girls, and how he basically strips them of their autonomy and their humanity, basically, and programs them and punishes them if they get out of line, and orders them and controls every aspect of their lives and separates them from their family. And a couple of the girls got away and they gave testimony, and then it broke because some of the parents, and I gotta say this, I get some people were hesitant to blame the parents, and I get that because ultimately most, if not all, of the blame is on R. Kelly for being a monster. But when you read the article and it's on BuzzFeed, and I know BuzzFeed steals all our tweets. I know this, but it's a very good article. Basically, the parents were like, I knew about R. Kelly, but I thought about what is that?
I'm just putting the nail in the wall. Continue.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna mute myself. But yeah, keep giving them the good stuff.
But basically the parents were like, I knew of the allegations, quote unquote, about R. Kelly, but I didn't think it would happen to my daughter, or he got acquitted. So basically they sacrifice, and the way R. Kelly does this is like these girls, either their parents, they had entertainer aspirations, and they thought I could protect my daughter even though I know about R. Kelly, or he got away, quote unquote, or whatever. I can protect my daughter because I think it's okay long as she becomes a star or whatever. And now they want their children back. And listen, again, I'm not saying the parents need all of the blame because R. Kelly is a monster. But reading those quotes and reading how they knew and they just didn't care, you can't tell me some of those parents don't have some. They're complicit. They're not 100% to blame.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That squarely goes on R. Kelly, but they are complicit because there's no way you put your child in danger with a fucking pedophile, rapist, whatever you want to call R. Kelly. He's a fucking monster. Like you knew this, because it's not like this is 1994. This is not 2000. This is recent. Like you knew. We got Google. We knew. We had the tape. Like you knew, and you put your child in danger with in the vicinity of a monster. Like you share some level of accountability here. But it's like I said, the article is on BuzzFeed if you want to read it in its entirety. We're not gonna go over the article in depth. It's just a couple of things I want to share that's very alarming. Number one, that after these allegations broke out, BuzzFeed tried to get in contact with collaborators or former collaborators of R. Kelly that would ask if they would work with him again. And this is what they said. Number one, Chance the Rapper, he had a representative didn't respond. Lady Gaga, no rep. Jeremiah, no rep. T.I., no rep. Usher, who's been in the news and some hot water lately himself, no rep. Celine Dion, Jay-Z, Ja Rule, Ashanti, T-Pain, Snoop, Britney Spears, Justin Bieber, Luda, Mariah Carey, Kid Rock, Chris Brown, which on Chris Brown, like, boy, Pharrell, Future.
So did all these people say no, or did they just have no comment?
50 Cent, all of these people that I'm naming, every one of them, BuzzFeed tried to reach with them, and their response was, or they didn't have they could not get in contact with them or their representative.
Oh my.
Exactly. Some of them have a little bit more to say, like here with Nelly. His representative said he will be traveling and untraceable by deadline. So I'm guessing by the deadline of when they put this out. Kelly Price, Gucci, LL Cool J.
Wait. Did they say Nelly would be untraceable?
By the deadline.
Is he in the fucking submarine, nigga? Like untraceable? What the fuck? What does that even mean? He's untraceable. Man, did you hear? Nelly's on a dragon. Like that nigga's 40,000 feet in the air. We'll never see him again.
That nigga in the Game of Thrones universe.
Nelly is piloting his own plane. We don't know where he is.
What? This one is they tried to contact Ciara. Her representative said Ciara is currently traveling overseas and we will not be commenting on this story. His reps didn't respond. 2 Chainz, Lil Kim. The one for Lil Kim, her representative said he forwarded the request for a comment to her, and it hasn't been updated since this article was posted. Nas, Lil Wayne, Mary J. Blige, Diddy. Diddy's representative said Mr. Combs is on holiday with his family and not available. Nick Cannon, Fat Joe, Jennifer Hudson, Twister, Lil Jon, Birdman, Cassidy, Sean Paul, Akon. So with the exception of a few that were different that I read, almost every person of the 53 artists that they asked that have worked with R. Kelly either said the representative did not respond or that they had no comment.
All right, so here's the thing. Let's say you could get a blind item going, right? You know what a blind item is, right?
No, enlightenment.
So blind item is what they do, like in celebrity news, like somebody says something, they get a quote like on the record from somebody, but they don't want to say who said it.
Mm-hmm.
But you know that what's about to be said is some trash or just some other shit. Who do you think would give us the dumbest blind item out of everybody you just named?
Out of everybody that I just named.
Yeah, because I got one answer. You said somebody that made a face, and then you kept reading. So it's not the last person you said, but one person I'm counting on you, Jeremy, above all of them names you just named, to give the dumbest response if they were to get caught. Just
it's off the record.
Off the record, but then published on the record, and it was like, I'm just gonna talk about this shit or whatever. Who do you think would give the dumbest response? Say all 53 of them. Say something. Who do you think is number one on top of the stupid responses list?
Okay, I'm going through the list again. Skimming through the list real quick.
You should hit him and you should stop, just like I did.
See, it's 2 people actually on the whole list that I know that I'm thinking will have the dumbest response. It's 2
right, people. You knocked it out too. Let me hear them both.
Okay. Ja Rule and Future.
Oh no. See, Ja Rule, I expect actually to give a measured, thoughtful statement. Future was not the person that made a face at, but yes, would say something stupid. My number one above all, Lil Wayne.
Yeah. Cause Lil Wayne, the same nigga that said, I'm a young rich motherfucker. If that don't let you know that America think Black Lives Matter, I don't know what it is. That is the same nigga, so yeah.
Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne will fuck that answer up to the sun and the moon, right around Saturn and back.
Yeah, he would have a screeching hot take. But yeah, but that silence is telling, dog. That silence is very telling, and also, I don't have the article up only because it slows down my computer when I bring it up. But
you was looking on Media Takeout or something?
No, it's another. No, it's right, but nah. Also that this did not affect his sales because he is going on tour this summer. And actually, once this story broke out, his ticket sales actually increased.
Oh dear.
Which is like, how and let's be honest and let's keep it a buck. His biggest supporters, his biggest fan base is black folks. Like how how far are we willing to go to rally and defend men who abuse women, and specifically who abuse black girls and black women? Like,
we love to see a nigga fail upwards. That's all.
Like, if
that's the
like,
long and short of it.
Like this kind of shit is the black on black crime we need to be talking about and discussing and fighting against. When niggas want to talk about black on black crime, this is the fuck we should be talking about as far as black on black crime goes. Black men who abuse, and let's keep it above, oftentimes they are straight, cishet, whatever you want to call it. Oftentimes it is black men abusing women, children,
younger black women, yeah.
And LGBTQ IA people within the community. Like, how, like, this is the black on black crime we need to be addressing. Like, how far are we going? How far and how long are we gonna keep supporting and rallying around these niggas who are fucking monsters? Like, and probably like the dumbest meme that I saw at all this shit, because of course niggas got memes. Was one comparing R. Kelly to Hugh Hefner. Like, first of all, that's not.
Oh no, baby! What is it doing, baby?
What? First of all, it's not far-fetched to assume that Hugh Hefner is trash, because he was linked to Bill Cosby. And there are actually stories about former Playboy bunnies and Playgirls that have shared stories that Hugh Hefner was a creep and was abusive and in some way, shape, form, and fashion. So one, it's like, yeah, Hugh Hefner is probably a creep and fuck him too. That does not mean it's still not fuck R. Kelly. So, like, what is the goal here? But yeah, it's just like, we as a society, we just do not give a shit about abuse towards women, and specifically abuse towards black and brown girls and women. And it's like, I don't know how we fix it. Like, I want to fix it. I want us to fix it. I want us to get better, but I don't know how. Like, and especially for like entertainers and shit like R. Kelly, like that. I read that article about his peers saying would they work with him again. Like, I read that for a reason, because it's like, if anybody has the power, because it's not going to be like the fans. Like, it's going to have to come from within the entertainment industry. And it's like, if nobody is willing to be like, hey dog, this shit is fucking wrong. Like, then what? Like, what is it going to take for us to change this society and this shit and this system and this, inter-community, like, dynamic of holding black men that abuse women accountable? Like, what is it going to take to change this shit?
Man, I wish I had the answers.
And that's the sad part. Like, we don't, like, the best you can do is like raise awareness and speak up and speak out and advocate in the protection of black and brown girls. But it's like you're taking one step forward but like 5 steps back. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't know how we can eliminate this shit for good. Now, like, it's like, I was actually talking to Greg about this. Our boy Greg, New Age Ike Turner, follow him. He a grumpy old nigga, but he cool. Like, I was talking to him about it. It's like, black women, like, on their own for the most part, are trying to like fight centuries of like institutionalized sexism and misogyny and a culture that socializes men into a place where an R. Kelly can flourish and exist. And it's like, how do we stop that shit trying to take one step forward to only go taking one step forward when we're taking 100 steps back beforehand.
Yeah, man, it's like it's dangerous, and I hate that it's that way, really, for anybody at all. Period. But I don't know, man. It just feels just like a mass failure of such an important group of people in the world. And like I say, I don't have all the answers. I know, I believe in each one teach one, obviously, and just beyond that, man, I hate relying on it, but it's like we just keep hoping that lights come on for people. We keep hoping that people see, better and aspire for better and actually want for better so that we can actually have better. But again, outside of just trying to do it on these really, really small levels, man, I don't know where the big paradigm shift comes from. I don't know where the big, sea change in how women, in 2017 view men. And I'm not saying that broadly, but I mean, certainly the way that, women who are consciously and actively thinking about this stuff, realize, oh, men have been garbage to us for way too long. We've had enough. We've had our fill of this. It's time for better times, shape up or ship out. But again, I don't have the answers for what do we actually do to help women to feel safe and to feel protected and not feel like, the next man is going to be the one who does some shit. Like I saw just today, man, it was a Lyft driver who found a woman with zip ties and forced her to have sex in his car after she fell asleep while he was, taking her on her fare. And I'm like, of all that I read about that, I'm like, nigga, why did you have zip ties at the ready? Like that's the mechanism which he uses to be a trash human being and to violate this woman's trust. And obviously, Lyft got him the fuck out of here as soon as they heard about this shit. But you knew at some point you were going to do this to a woman. Right. And the reason you knew you were going to do it is because you carried something on you that would help you facilitate the doing of it. You plan that shit, dog. Like, you don't plan to pick up someone, like, the way the shit works is it's on demand. So you don't plan, send me a drunken, knocked out person to pick up. It's not that. It is, if the opportunity strikes, I'm going to take it. And that's what sexual abuse and sexual manipulation is all about. It's all about gaining that little touch of power and just fucking abusing it. And what that does for, everybody else. I mean, we had the dude who made the video who was like, these girls tried to drop her friend in my Lyft and leave her hanging. And I didn't feel comfortable doing it because I didn't want her to feel, some level of threat by my presence, not even knowing that I was hired necessarily to take her home. And I saw, in various segments of the internet, people was talking about, oh, he's trying to make himself seem like a hero and he ain't worried about what happened to that woman. And I'm like, okay, that's one way to look at it. It's an awful pessimistic way to look at it, but that's one way to look at it. But hopefully that jogs something in their friends so that something like what happened to this woman last night wouldn't happen to their friend. There's people out here who don't want to harm people and, want to be the change and want to set better examples and all. And then you got other fucking monsters out here who don't care. They're just looking for the opportunity. And when it comes, they're going to be the monster that they always been. And the shit just fucking sucks because, it's not women doing this to guys. It's guys doing this to women. And women, like, I'm not trying to be performative about this shit, but women are fucking better at this life shit, period. Like,
I mean, people can say it's performative or not, but like there's literal statistical data and evidence and shit. You can just look at fucking society, like women.
Right. And I mean, we've been saying this for a long time. Like somebody who listened for the first time and say, oh, it sounds like these guys are being forward. No, fam, like this
But
is
it's fine. It's I mean, you can
like we are on the books exclamation point with this shit. Like we have felt this way for a long time.
I
We've been
mean, it's
vocal
fine
about it,
because I mean, like,
and we've talked to other people about it. And you told me about your one partner who started to change how he looked at the world as a result. Certainly people have come to me and been like, "Yo, the way you broke that down was real cool," and my viewpoints changed. So we making a difference. Like we out here in these internet streets, being protective and being proactive.
But yeah, like, but as far as like that performative, like, I don't worry about it, and honestly, it don't faze me because I mean, like, at the same time, it's like, I mean, yeah, you maybe can be defensive about it or whatever because it mostly comes from, like, I put it like this: I brush it off when it comes from dudes, with that shit.
Right.
But like when it comes from women, like I do like, cause I'll give you a perfect example. One of them, and I'll say her name. One of my followers, and you probably follow her too, Dan. Her name is Ashley. Her at name is Bay Electronica. She tweeted something to the effect of um it was off the heels of like the whole Robin Black China shit, and like she tweeted something to the effect of like people really treat strippers like they're subhuman. I did see it when she tweeted it, or at least I can't remember if I did or whatever. I really can't remember. Or whatever. And so a few days had passed and people were still talking about the shit. And I tweeted something to the similar effect and she hit me up. Like, I noticed you said the same thing I did. And when she showed me, I was like, oh shit. Yeah. And so she was like, was this a coincidence or whatever? And this was right off the heels of a conversation people were having about these dudes that get in these black feminist spaces or pro black woman spaces, quote unquote, and they go full Sean King and take from these black women and get for the visibility and to get the pat on the back and to be performative while also being abusive to these women in these spaces. So she was just seeking clarity, and I didn't mind it because I'm like, I understand where this comes from. So when it's like when this dude saying that shit, like I really don't give a fuck because again, not all these Black Lives Matter, but when that comes from black women, I listen. So it's like either way, I don't really have a way about it. But like I said, it's not. I mean, the writing is on the wall. It's like whether you want to like admit it or not. Like women, like historically, present day, what the fuck ever. Women are way better at being human than men are. Like it's just our boy Dragonfly Jones has said that many a times. Like women just better at being human,
Right.
and men and it's not the fault of women. And it's because women are socialized to be better humans than men, and that's not women's fault. That's men's fault because we made this fucking society and the social norms and the gender roles and all the shit. Men made this shit. That's what you do when you be in power for fucking ever. You make the rules and shit, and sometimes you make the rules and it turns you into fucking monsters with your own rules. And that's how you get motherfuckers like R. Kelly and Bill Cosby and Roman Polanski and all these other motherfuckers that abuse women and don't shit happen to them. Sorry to go on for a tangent, but we just say all that to say we didn't plan on staying on R. Kelly that long because we still got these misconnections to do. But we say all that to say, fuck R. Kelly. And honestly, if you're still defending, supporting, and rooting for R. Kelly, you are also part of the problem too. Because that nigga is a fucking monster and he needs to be stopped. But I just don't know how. Given this society, I don't know how you stop somebody like R. Kelly. And then he's gotten smarter because now he's tampering with girls that are of the legal age of consent, but it's still a fucking monster. So it's like I don't know what the fuck you do with him other than kill him. Like, which I mean, I won't be shedding no tears if something happened to that nigga. So. But anyway, we're gonna do the misconnections real quick and then get out of here. Sorry, we didn't mean to go on for that long.
That's
But
cool.
yeah, so in keeping with the spirit of Chicago, we're doing these misconnections from Chicago. And I got for the sake of time, I do two. They're pretty good though. All right. Sam the Painter. I have been seeing.
Wait.
Mm-hmm. Not Sam Smith, Sam the Painter.
Okay.
Sam the Painter. I have been seeing you all week as you and your partner have been painting at my job. Today was the last day, and before you left, you shook my hand and told me your name was Sam. I would have talked to you more, but your boss was standing right next to you. I sure would like to get to know you better, Sam. If in the off chance that you see this, please don't hesitate to respond back. The end.
Hold on, run it by me again. Like I think it was going in now on my side. I caught only like bits and pieces of it.
Okay. Sam the Painter. I have been seeing you all week as you and your partner have been painting at my job. Today was the last day, and before you left, you shook my hand and told me your name was Sam. I would have talked to you more, but your boss was standing right next to you. I'd sure like to get to know you better, Sam. In the off chance that you see this, please don't hesitate to write back. The end.
See, now I'm kind of confused because I don't know if the person writing this a man or a woman. Does it say?
It don't say.
Oh shit. Okay, well, one way or the other, somebody trying to get their walls painted.
Right. Right. Either way, somebody trying to get either some pussy or some bussy is trying to get bust down. Either way.
Right.
So either way, it's some walls are trying to get crumbled. In some kind of way, somebody trying to make Sam Da Vinci, or trying to get Sam to be Da Vinci. Like, and with a name like Sam, I don't know. When we did our when we had Candace on and we did our top ain't shit names, we could have put Sam up there.
Yeah, and like I said, I didn't get a chance to throw in the two names I wanted to, but the number one name that I egregiously omitted was Roscoe. Roscoe is the name. Like, I bet if you polled women around the country and asked them if they knew a Roscoe who was worth the shit, 0% of them would say yes.
You know what? I can't disagree. But yeah, so because at first I'm thinking, because when I was reading it, I'm like, you and Sam and his partner. At first I was thinking like maybe at first I was thinking like maybe he meant partner as in like, romantic
like
partner.
Significant other, yeah.
Yeah, and like somebody trying to get a threesome or something or whatever. But then it's like, nah, he talking about painting like at their job and shit. So it's like, and then when he said that the boss was standing over, they said that the boss was standing over them. I'm like, oh, okay, they talking about Sam was painting at their job. But it's like, again, why did you not talk to Sam or pull him to the side? And why did you put this on Craigslist? Why? Why did you do that, Sharon? Why? All right. Last misconnection. And this one is kind of long. You ready, Dan?
Ready as I'm gonna be.
This means war.
Oh shit.
I have posted hints that I thought were so obvious that you had to know it was for you, but from the responses I have received, they cut too much close to the bone for many, many people. Never a word from you, though. I'm not surprised because you were never forthright about anything. Always maintain a plausible deniability, always sneaking and scampering at darkened windows, never full on confessing your interest in me with a daytime knock on the door. Until you were caught, which is why I believe you have an answer. You know they are still with me, still watching, still 100% on you. I believe you have posted as well vague statements about how glad you are that I am thriving without you, about our incredible chemistry of once upon a time, about how you're dreaming about me too. In part 1. Dan?
Wait. There's more?
Yes.
So there's a few 1970s like Motown era songs I was thinking that this could be.
So, Mr. Postman.
Right. I think we just relaunched that genre with this.
So
I
that's
think that we could get a team of songwriters together. Like seriously, I think we get a team of songwriters together, and we can put together a song around this lituation, and that's what we can name it. We can call it lituation.
that may or may not be the show title.
All right, part two.
Part two. How about we end this tonight and bury the hatchet? I don't want a relationship. I want answers from you. I want to know that I did make the enormously grave error I fear I did by letting you in my life all those years ago, twice. I want to know that you're remorseful for revealing my pain so publicly, for using it as an unacceptable excuse for our intertwined orbits. I want to know that after all of the life lessons that you must have had by now, that you recognize how foul and unnecessary your treatment of me truly was. I need to know that you recognize and appreciate my unwavering integrity, and above all, in all caps, I need, in all caps, an apology, a sincere and complete reckoning. If you consider yourself at all to be a decent human being, you will grant me that. End part two.
Okay, so part two is the Ray J beef with Fabulous. He gonna come up and he gonna apologize. Smack, nigga.
So this is so part two is basically Ray J's entire storyline of Love on Hip Hop season 2.
I don't know the reference for that, Jeremy. Come on now, you know me better than that.
That was a few. That was for the listeners.
That was for the listeners. Okay, cool. All right, so, yeah, let's move the conversation down the field. This is I suppose true. I'm gonna presume it's true anyway. But yeah, that was every bit. That's Ray J calling up the Breakfast Club, mad as shit, cursing on live radio, and he had to go off live radio because he was so aggravated for reasons I still don't quite understand. Did he feel big boy by Fab or what? Like, what? Wait, that's the part two of that was. He was going off like, yeah, that nigga gonna apologize. I was at his house playing that piano. I play that piano all day, nigga. Got 7 Rolls Royces outside.
Part two is Mario Winans Unsung. That's what the part two of this misconnection is. Mario Winans Unchained. All right, part three.
Oh shit. Okay.
This is where it gets spicy. Well, spicier. You know where I live. You know my number. You stalk my page and my contacts for information. You know why I'm posting today. Please end this torment for me and let me know the truth once and for all, because I was never dead, only dead to you, in all caps. Now that is the end of the entire misconnection.
3rd grade jokes, bitch.
To you. That gif for that girl. To you.
Oh man, this wow. Yeah, I don't know what to make of that last one. Or that last part rather.
Oh man. I just don't I don't know. This will be a hell of a storyline in Empire. This will be a hell of a story. You know what? Honestly, it sounds like material from Mary J. Blige's album. It sounds like a big fuck you. It sounds like a fuck you can do misconnection. That's what it sounds like. That's what yeah. So yeah, that was a lot. But yeah, it was the last misconnection, and I think we can wrap up because we are right at almost at the time actually. Dan, church announcements.
Yes. Cowboys linebacker David Irving, 30 minutes ago, lost his nipple ring at practice today. Can we clap? Can we just have a moment and just like
that is a lot.
The fact that he felt the need to tweet that shit, like, there's no way we that. He just felt comfortable telling us.
That is a lot. That is a lot to process, and the timer just went off. We just right at it, so that is a lot to process. Yeah. So, protect your Not only do you need to protect your head in the NFL, you also need to protect your nipple rings. I see. Yeah. For me, church announcements. Like I said, check out me and Candace's new podcast, Ratchet Ramblings. Every new episodes every Monday. Follow the Twitter page, Ratchet Rambling. Me and Candace will alternate tweeting from it. Both of us run it. Also check out also just like with Crown of College, listen to Ratchet Ramblings, and on iTunes give us reviews. Me and Candace will read them on the air. And with this show, also leave reviews. Y'all been slipping. Pastor and co-pastors not pleased. So yeah, leave us reviews, share it with your friends. Be a greater hoe and not a hater hoe. Use the hashtag Crown and Collards and follow the Crown and Collards page. That's Crown in Collards. Capital Crown, capital C on Crown, capital N in the middle, and capital C on Collards. And we will be back next week.
I'm just gonna whisper, y'all don't have to capitalize none of that shit. You can type it all as one word. It's fine. Twitter will do it for you.
Okay. All right. And on that note, Play Me Out Classic. We out. Peace.
100. Thank y'all for listening.